Well, I'm back again. Had to go and come back because I was having technical difficulties, and it looks like it's going to act stupid and start freezing up and being crazy. But let's see if we can get through this. I am Shellie B. These are the adventures of a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a great day today. It was a rainy day out here for me today in New Jersey. But I just want to jump right into this because I have a lot of stuff I want to show y'all because it's a lot to unpack today. Because today I wanted to talk to you guys about feminism regrets that a lot of women are having, and a new phenomenon. I don't know how new it is, but called passport bros. And passport bros are guys that go to other countries to find love and to find wives and to find the love they've always been looking for. And it seems like it's become a thing here in the States of like, women regretting, the feminist movement, or women regretting, divorcing their husbands, and women regretting being single, and women regretting, I guess regretting that men don't want them. They don't really want these independent women or these, high earning women or whatever the case may be. Me being a woman that never was married, I have a perspective on it. It's not that I didn't want to be married. I just never met anybody like that. And I'll explain that as we go. But first, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and give your opinion. I have so many things to show you because there's so much to unpack when it comes to women in feminism and how women are feeling today about maybe feeling like they made a mistake in not getting married and not having kids and stuff like that. I'm 52 years old. I had my first child. Well, I only had one child, but I had my child at 40 years old. A lot of the reason why I had my son so late in life because I really thought that I would get married to somebody and have a family and do the usual thing. I was raised by a single parent, but I also was raised by my grandparents, so I saw how my grandfather treated her. My grandmother worked, but she didn't really have to work. He took care of all the bills and stuff like that. But she just wanted her money, to pay for the things that she wanted to do. And that was her little way of being independent. But my grandfather took care of pretty much everything, the mortgage, keeping the house up and stuff like that. She may have bought groceries or little things like that with her money and clothes and, things that she liked. So I had both sides of that and I got to see both sides of it. And to me, there was always pluses and minuses of both. I did like, how strong my mother was and the stuff that she provided us on her own. But I also did like the security of, my grandparents because they were like very stable and, they were very helpful to us. And, they always had a house and, just that stability. I did like, the idea that my grandmother didn't have to really work if she didn't really want to, you know, she did, but like all her money didn't go to bills like my mother did, so I got to see both sides of it. And for me, I was in a relationship with a guy that was older than me. And I remember when I met him, I was like 18. He was older than me. I couldn't even go into a bar or drink with him for some years, but I was with him for 8 years. And I remember when that broke up because he cheated on me or whatever. And then I kind of felt like, oh, I wasted 8 years with this guy for what was the point? And then I kind of felt like, oh, I just want to be single or whatever. But I still always thought that I would get married one day and stuff like that. And like I said, I'll explain to you as we go through this where I fit in with this picture and opinions and stuff like that. But for me, you know, I, you know, I totally wanted to be married. I still would be married, but it just didn't work out that way. Circumstance wise, it's not like I set out to be an independent woman and, have a career and stuff like that because I really didn't until I say like in my 30s. Then I started saying, well, nobody's going to do this for me. Let me just do it for myself or whatever. I started getting discouraged in that way. Um, So my perspective is a little different than a lot of the women in this. I kind of agree with the fellas. I mean, I really do agree with the fellas because that's just how they feel, and women need to accept how they feel. So first things, let's just start watching these videos because it's just so much here to unpack, and it was just so much, and I just feel like the girls today are they're very delusional. So let's see what let me share my screen real quick. Okay, let's start here. All right, watch this because this is a trip. It's very eye-opening. I feel like women, for whatever reason, women have an opinion, but it's not the man's opinion. And I keep telling girls all the time that, and I notice myself, and I don't try to think like a man because I just can't. I don't, I just accept what they tell me because they're men. But I feel like a lot of these girls today, they just don't accept what men are telling them.
So it's definitely give first and then receive, but sometimes it feels like 10x of what you're used to be honest.
They're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity.
So do you think Filipinos are gold diggers?
No.
Hold on, let me start back here. Because that's another reason why I had to get off of here, because everything got all discombobulated, and I hate when that happens. But that's the world of streaming. Sometimes you have technical difficulties. Let me just get right to this part right here. I'll skip over some of this. Okay.
They just start doing things for you and showing you respect back. So it's
so men are saying that the reason why they don't want to be bothered with American women because they feel that they don't get a lot of respect from them. Women just want money and they want somebody to take care of them. So this is basically the whole idea of Passport Bros, is that these guys go into other countries and they find women and they're very happy. The women seem very grateful for them and they seem very happy. But American women tend to think that these women are passive and they're slaves to these men, and it's just not the case.
Definitely give first and then receive, but sometimes it feels like 10x of what you're used to be honest.
They're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity.
So do you think Filipinos are gold diggers?
No, I don't. I think most of the Filipino people are real honest, nice people.
Okay.
I've been here 9 years and I've never been robbed. I've never been accosted, never been scammed.
So it's like women will not accept what the men are telling them. I think that's a lot of the problem that women have, that men say what they want and they don't really accept it. And I do feel like the feminist movement, though I feel like it may have had some good points to it, but it really did destroy, the relationships between men and women in America, in the West period. Let me just move forward a little bit more. Because to me, this was so eye-opening looking at this, and I just felt like, dang, women are really delusional about a lot of things. You'll see as we move forward.
And worthy of marriage? Yeah.
It's because they want a woman who is dependent on them for their livelihood.
A lot of the men I know that go overseas to find wives are not great dudes.
A lot of women don't even know a man that went overseas to find a wife. I actually do know a couple of guys that have gone over there and they love it there. And they say the women are lovely and they treat them nice. It's not, they don't, and to me, I don't feel like they treat them any different than the women here. It's just that those women appreciate it more.
Most of the foreigners that I encounter are generous.
Listen what she's saying, that she thinks they're generous. I think that foreign guys are pretty generous too, because women have such a high expectation of what they want from a man over here. Like they want you to buy their, to help take care of their kids. The single mothers, they want you to help take care of their kids. They want you to get their nails done, their hair done, take them, out to eat and help pay their bills and stuff. And I feel like, especially the younger men, they kind of feel that that's the expectation.
Give foods to the beggars, money to the beggars.
Why do they care that men are going their own way and finding women in foreign countries? Why are they so upset?
Because we don't care. Look, we don't care. We do not care.
They need these men to stay in their orbit, to keep validating them. That is what they're terrified, is they will lose the influence they have amongst the few men who still put up with
The wallets are
Well, it is the reality that that is definitely a lot more men out there than women. Like for some reason, it's just a whole lot of single women out here, thirsty women out here that want a man to take care of them. I feel like that, especially the younger women that are, I say that we're talking of a range like in their 20s and 30s, because it seems like a lot of the guys, even older guys, if you look at Kevin Samuels, if he was 50 something years old, talking about he wants to date a 20 or 30 something year old woman or whatever. Because I guess that's logical though in our reality, because if a man waits till he's financially secure, he's going to probably be around 40 years old or something like that. And then he cannot pick a woman his age. He has to pick a woman that's in her youth, that's fertile and can have kids and then take care of her family. So it does make sense. So what matters to a woman is completely different. You know what I mean? By the time we build our careers, we're past that age of like having kids and stuff. What's the next thing I wanted to show you? So I feel like, and a lot of women are stating that they regret feminism, and I kind of fall into that category a little bit, because I'm a person that do not think that women and men are equal, nor do I think they ever should be equal. I don't want to be a fucking man, and I don't want my man to be a woman. So we are not equal at all. I feel like men are stronger, and I feel like with the feminist movement, women are starting to feel like, you know, now they know what it's like to be a man. Now you know what they're going through and you don't like it. Now you understand why they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the mother of a son. I would never want my son to pick none of these girls that I see in this. Let me see. Where's the next one? It's a lot of stuff on here I wanted to show y'all. So hold on. Here, because this is hilarious to me.
Counseling me, that's tough.
I used to be one of those girls that was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine not having a career. What would I do all day? Just stay home and try. Like, I could never just be a stay-at-home mom. I agree. Maybe stay at home, too far. Stay-at-home wife? Sounds.
See, to me, these girls today now, they see how difficult it is to be a man. Like, you know, they wanted to be a man, they wanted to be equal to a man, but now when they see what a man really does and what it is like to be the breadwinner and, you know, have to pay the mortgage, pay the bills, take care of the house, take the garbage out, and do all these manly things, now they want to be a quote unquote housewife, but they really don't want to do it because their heart is in it. They just want to do it because they just don't want to do the hard work that they're doing that they think a man should be doing. And there was a time when men were doing that, and somehow they were convinced there was something wrong with being home with your kids and taking care of your house and stuff like that. Like, since COVID, I've been home so much with my son. I love being home with my son. I enjoy my son. Some people just don't like their kids, I guess. I don't know. They don't like their husband. Maybe they don't like their kids. I don't know. Because I just never was a street person. I just never was a party person and go to clubs and stuff. If you see me in a club, you can best believe I'm getting paid to be there, or is some type of business reason why I'm up in there, because I do not like crowds. I don't like to be out in places like that. I just don't. Any of my friends will tell you I'm one of the lamest people to get to go somewhere. I'll go out to eat, but it's hard to really get me to go somewhere. I'll go on vacation, but any other than that, I'm not the most social person like that, you know, outside of my circle or whatever. And I just feel like these girls now, it's like, oh, I made a mistake. You know, I don't really like this. You know, I thought it was cute, you know, to, you know, be the breadwinner and have my own money and have my own everything. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if to achieve that, you're going to miss that window of opportunity to have a family and a man like what you want. Like they want these, like Kevin Samuels says, a high value man or whatever. They're not going to pick you because they're trying to find a young woman or a woman that's in her, you know, fertile years or whatever.
I can't believe I used to truly feel so empowered by being like, I would never let a man support me fully. It took me 2 years in corporate America to be like, yourself. I would love if somebody came in here and just took care of me. I will wash the dishes. I will go to yoga and make my little ass even cute for you. Baby, let's live like we're in the 50s again.
So, you know, they really think that, you know, that's what men want. You know, they think that they want somebody to wash the dishes for them. I'm sure they could wash their own damn dishes, really. I don't know why these commercials are coming on. Maybe if oh, hold on, let me open this. So
on women that want to be housewives too, because that's how it's programmed by society. That's how society programs us and the girls to look down upon women that want to be housewives.
I like what these young men are saying because, you know, it's just honest. And I feel like what they say, when people tell you who they are, believe them. And when a guy is telling you something, it's the truth. Like, we try to put our spin on things, but it's just men think completely different than we do.
Housewives now wants to take care of the house while their husband go make that money and provide for them. It's like it's looked down upon now. The reason why I used to look down upon it is because of my mom. My mom was always independent, single, and she was strong. She had to be my dad and my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I looked up to my mom and I always thought that, damn, my mom is a strong, great woman. But then I realized now that I'm older and I can see that shit, my mom is stressed out, man. She wants a man to take care of her so she can be her feminine self. She wants that. She's tired of doing this shit by herself.
Let me tell you something.
Word. Now that's where I fall into the whole situation, because I always felt like I was a hairdresser all my life. So I always made decent money. And then when I got into film, I made a lot of money. And it just wasn't my destiny to meet a man that made more money than me. I never met a guy that I dealt with or tried to date or tried to be with that made more money than me. So I feel like it caused a little jealousy, a lot of insecurity, especially working in entertainment. I felt like it caused a lot of insecurity. Even though I wouldn't be doing anything, I feel like, you know, we were not in a proper position or so to speak. Like, I felt like I was the masculine person because I made all the money and I'm paying for everything. And even though it didn't really bother me that it made less, I feel like it bothered them more that they made less. And it just always caused a conflict. And when I had my son, you know, I really wasn't expecting to have my son because I really didn't think I could have any children because I was 40 years old and I thought I missed that window and I didn't get married. I just thought that it was over with. I kind of accepted it. And then I, you know, popped up pregnant and I said, well, I have to keep this baby because I'm so old and it probably would never happen again. And it was just the best decision I ever made as far as having my son. And I tried to date a little bit when my son was younger, but again, it was still causing the same conflict because I was pretty secure in my career because I was 40 years old by the time, you know, I had my son. So I was very stable in my career. So, you know, and it just was always causing a conflict. And then I was busy with work and I was busy with my son. And I just didn't really have time to devote to nurturing a relationship. I had to raise my son, you know, so, you know, it didn't make sense to, you know, neglect my son, you know, at such a young age, you know, to date. It just didn't make sense to me. So I'll say I was kind of undateable for a few years because I really wanted to be there for my son and give him my full attention. But I just feel like women can fall into the same situation of trying to find somebody on their level. Like Kevin Samuels always says, a high value man. I wasn't really looking for a high value man. I would have been glad if I would have met one. I never met anybody like that. Like I said, that made more money than me and just would give me money and pay for me and stuff. I never had that. You know, but I wanted a high frequency man. I wanted a man that was on a positive vibe, that maybe had an energy that matched mine, and like that we were on the same page and like we could create and build things together. And I just would never get that. And then like I would get these guys that I felt like kind of were like below my energy. And then I'm like, hey, let's, you know, what do you like? Let's start a business in it. Let's do, you know, I'm trying to, you know, create with them. And they're just like on this low frequency of like nothingness. And it just will always make me disgruntled and turn me off. So that's why I was in the way I was. Trust me, I dated guys I thought were not as attractive as I would like. I dated guys that I thought were broke or that were heavier than what I thought. Like I wasn't discriminating because I'm thinking that, you know, that's what I needed to do, you know, to find a genuine person that really loved and cared for me and stuff like that. But that was just all wrong. I had to realize as I got more mature that I'm looking for somebody that can match my energy, match my frequency. And you know, once I realized that, then I kind of knew what I was looking for, because before that I really didn't know what I was looking for or how to begin to look or whatever. But now, like I said, I'm looking for somebody to match my energy, somebody that, you know, wants to build a legacy, somebody that, you know, can support me in my dreams. I support you in your dreams. It's not just like, oh, you make more money than me, so you should pay for everything. Like, so I kind of know how the guys feel. That's why I can relate to them, because I kind of feel like I was like that. Like, I felt like, damn, I felt like the guys were girly, like they were not in their place as a man. That was my problem. And I was never one of those women that felt like, oh, I need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Like, I need a man for everything, like everything for everything. I can't think of anything that I don't need a man for. I don't see how women say they don't need a man unless they're lesbian. I just don't see it. Like, I like a man's energy. I feel like it's balanced, and you know, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna share my screen again, and I'm gonna show you this. This to me was just so much like with this situation, as far as you know, women regretting, you know, their choices in life. And I feel like a lot of these girls, they still don't get it. Like, the only reason why they want to settle down and be in a relationship is because they just don't want to work, and they don't want to. I love my career, actually, and I love having a career. I just wish I was with somebody that, you know, had something that they were doing. You know what I'm saying? I find that, you know, when you get on a certain level, it's like, if the person is not matching your frequency, they can bring you down to theirs, you know, or there's always just going to be a conflict because they just don't understand what you're trying to do, you know, or they're trying to, you know, bring you down to their level. That's how I felt. That's how I would feel, like they were trying to bring me down instead of, like, you know, coming up to my frequency, or like us both elevating to a higher frequency by creating something great. I just always felt like they were trying to keep me stagnant, and then I would grow very resentful. But look at these girls.
Who you are. And I could bet you a...
Now, this guy, a lot of people think he's very misogynist, but I kind of agree with him most of the time.
Round of margaritas that this woman has orbiters in her friend zone that circle around her that, according to her, just wouldn't be her type. But instead, everyone who just approaches you are the losers, the creeps, or the narcissists, as you put it. So really, if you...
I definitely believe you draw to you what you are. So, like, I feel like if I drew a person to me that was beneath my frequency, that's probably because I was beneath the frequency of who I wanted. You understand what I'm saying? So these girls want a certain thing, but they're beneath it. They're not worthy of what they're asking for.
You are just attracting creepy people, then what does that say about you?
Who'd you be more comfortable talking to?
Just based off the image, probably this guy, yeah.
Who do you find more attractive?
This guy.
Okay, the guy on the right. The guy on the left here is a famous Indian actor. His name is Raj Shetty. Really good actor.
Nice.
The guy on the right, he's Richard Ramirez. You ever heard of him?
No.
He is...
Let's be real. Life can get tough, to say the least, and especially without someone to talk to. And as men...
It is what it is.
A murderer.
Oh, wow.
So look at this. This girl, she chose whatever his name, Ramirez. He was like a serial killer or something. So that just goes to show how little discernment that women can have, and we all do it, in picking the right person for them, because we're looking for the wrong thing. You're looking at the way they look and stuff like that, and you're not really even trying to get to know the character of the person, you know, who they really are, what frequency they're on and stuff.
For you see, for the modern woman today, what makes a man a creep or what makes a man a desirable option is simply if they're attracted to you.
And if it is somebody that you meet on the street in Vegas, doesn't matter if it's a very attractive man or a homeless person, don't touch me. Like,
So I don't know if you remember this, but when we first had the conversation, I did touch you on your elbow when I wanted to say, can we have a conversation about that? Uh-oh. So
you see that they have like a, hold on, I have too much stuff happening here. Wait a minute, too much stuff is open. Sorry, y'all. I'm still a newbie to streaming, but I'm gonna get it together. I promise. So yeah, so you can see, you know, where it's going with this. Like, I just feel like women just don't have discernment sometimes when it comes to men. And I feel like that we all probably have passed over like good guys. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I just don't feel like I passed over any good guys in my adult life. Maybe when I was like in my 20s, maybe. But then by the time I got like 30, then I really started really trying to find somebody. But I just felt like everybody was like I said, just not matching my frequency at all. Like, you know, and you know, I was giving a lot, like all kinds of people chances and stuff like that. But I just felt like, you know, it would just be just a lot of like a lot of insecurity on the behalf of the men. And I can understand, you know, working in entertainment and modeling and doing all these entertainment type things. People that are not in entertainment, they don't understand what you're doing. They don't really understand your long hours and stuff. And like, hey, I would love to not work the long hours, but you can't cover the income. So again, I would feel like, you know, we're not in our proper places as men and women. And that was always creating a huge conflict. Let's see what this one is saying. It's really a process when you share your screen, because once you share the screen, then you got to look through all of the videos and see which one it is. Let's see what this one is. Okay. I don't know. It's not even showing some of the ones that I had up here. All right, so let's just move. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Bear with us, sister, for a second. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's look at this one, I guess. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Because, okay, here it is. This one was the trip too. Let's see this one. All right, let's watch this.
I'm gonna have to party in 2 weeks from now.
A few moments later.
At what age did you wake up and realize that you no longer wanted to be a strong, Black, independent woman? And this can apply to white women and men as well, because I've definitely heard this term coined by a lot of people. But for me, it was about 6 months ago. I legit woke up, realized that I've slayed all of my goals. I have my career, I have my house, I have the car, I have everything else, and I don't want it anymore. If you can't relate to what I'm saying, then you can't relate to what I'm saying. But for me, at 32 and a couple more months left till I'm 33, I realized that my priorities are changing. And now I want to be.
Which that is the reality of life. And somebody that's probably older than a lot of you, because I'm 52, your priorities do change, but I don't think my priorities change that much. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like, just listen to what she's saying. Just listen to her.
I want to raise children. I don't want responsibilities. I don't want to have a mortgage.
Look what she's saying. She wants to raise children. She doesn't want responsibilities. I don't care what nobody say. Raising kids and taking care of a family and a house is a lot of responsibility. It's probably more responsibility than the job she has.
Actually, I do want a mortgage, but I don't want it to be in my name. I honestly want to.
The reality setting in that she don't like being a man and that it's a lot of work, but being a mother and being at home and taking care of a family is a lot too.
Relinquish responsibility to an able-bodied man. Keyword.
So she goes on and on and on, but let's skip a little bit past this because she goes on and on and on and on about what she wants. You know what I mean? But she never really talks about what she can do or what she'll be willing to do. She just goes on and on. Okay, let's go right here. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this off.
Listen to music without muting the world around.
Eventually, I'll get an account.
What most importantly strikes me about this woman is just like some black women, not all, but she really don't recognize her value placement in the sexual marketplace. She's a nice looking woman and look like she can clean up well if she really wanted to, but you're not going to be able to compete out here with a lot of women who just, simply look better than you. But she definitely strikes me as a woman who will date outside of her race. So
you know what? When I saw her, I thought the same thing too.
I think that'll probably be the best route for her to just find her a Chad, because it's really gonna take a patient man to deal with her valley girl speech, because I know a lot of men that are just like.
Listen, I thought the same thing. I'm like, why is she talking like that? What is that? It's super annoying. And I don't see any man, really, black, white, or whatever. It's just a whole entire level of fakeness about her, in my opinion.
And eventually we're gonna get tired of hearing her voice all day. And look, guys, I thought this was funny too, that this post that she did kind of went viral. So somebody let her know that men on YouTube like me are going to be making videos about her, and the post that she did, this is what she had to say about it.
So this morning I posted a video about how,
listen how annoying
at the
she
ripe
sounds.
old age of 32, I decided I no longer wanted to be a strong black independent woman anymore. I've been there, I've done it. It was great. I'm over it now. I'm 32. I'm ready for soft life. I'm ready for a man to take care of me. I'm ready to the next chapter. I'm ready to be a housewife. And you know what? Somebody left this comment and I thought it was.
Only reason why she's ready to be a housewife is because she went and got this whole career, and she got mortgage, she got bills, she got car notes, all that, and it's a lot. And now women want to be men so much. Now you know what they go through. I would never want to be a man. What would I want to be a man for? They, traditionally they take care of the family, and they're supposed to protect you. You're supposed to support him. He's a provider, and you're supposed to be there for him to take care of the kids and manage the household and stuff like that. Help him in the business, family business, whatever that he needs you to do while he's out here doing all of that shit that the girls don't want to do no more.
Really interesting, because she said now those men that get on those podcasts and talk about women, the Kevin Samuels of the world, are going to bash me. As a woman, I think that we have the privilege to change our minds.
You can change your mind, but that doesn't mean that anybody gives a damn and that they're just going to say, okay, girl, you changed your mind. So yeah, I'm going to take you up now, now that you are at an age now where you decide that you don't want to work anymore or whatever. Because I don't know, if my son brought a girl like this, I would be very disappointed. Be highly disappointed. All right, let's see what this one is. Let's see. Some of them, there's some that are see down here that are not. This is what I'm saying about the difficulties of because I see them here. Let me see if I can share this. Hold on, let me just try one more time to present, because it gets wonky. Because what these guys have to say is really good. Here, listen to this.
Is your guy rich?
Yeah.
He was successful?
Yeah.
He was attractive?
Yeah.
Do you think that was a smart decision to leave that man?
Yeah.
How long were y'all together?
3 years.
How stupid
He's
is
a millionaire?
Yeah.
Attractive?
Yeah.
Successful?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think is more rare, him or you?
Me.
Now, that's a lie, because guys that are millionaires, they're like what they say, the top 1% or something like that. It's a very small percentage, and then it's a huge percentage of these low value women or whatever. And this is not even based on frequency. It's just as far as value, the rich guy is a dime is very rare, and a thirsty ass woman is a dime a dozen. But she's delusional, and she thinks that she's a prize.
That's your problem.
In what way?
She's a fashion designer, though. Like, how many
fashion designer compared to a self-made millionaire? Are you serious?
Here's the problem with modern day women. A lot of you guys overinflate your sense of self-worth. The reality is, you're not that special in the grand scheme of things.
I don't know why they can't see this. Like, there's so many, especially for a guy that's rich. There's women all over him all the time. It's not a problem. It's super easy. He can afford more than one woman, all of that. And why these girls feel that they are, and I agree with Kevin Samuels on this. I feel like he can be very cruel to women sometimes, but I feel like he's very right that, you know, an average woman thinks that they deserve this above average man, but they're not being realistic with themselves that they are just average. And then two, all the glitters ain't gold, you know, just because, you know, you don't want to work and somebody's paying for you, that can also be lonely too, because they might have other women or, you know, be gone all the time. So it's like, you might not be happy in that lifestyle either.
When it comes to women and what men are attracted to, you are not that special. The guy that you had is rarer than you are. He can replace you faster than you can replace him, hence why he had other girls.
Millionaire, successful, and all that good stuff, but that woman thinks she's more special than that top-tier man. Plain insanity. She's, if at all, average. Let's check some comments.
That's hilarious. So, you know, this is why I say, like, I was just very blessed that, like, I had a lot of men as friends, and like, they would tell me stuff and I would listen to what they were telling me. That was also very helpful because, and just by having them as friends, I realized that, you know, men and women just think so differently. One of my best friends I had since I was like 15, we talk a lot, and like, I just believe what they're telling me. Like, you know, and I don't really have to, I've never been a person to find out things the hard way. I'm not a man, so I just have to accept what other men tell me, and they all kind of say the same thing. And the stuff that women think men want, that's not what they're looking for. And like, if women would just listen to them and do what they're asking them to do, they probably would be a lot more happier, and you probably would have a better relationship. That's just what I think. And I feel like in relationships, I do try to listen and try to do, you know, what the person is asking within reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to like lose myself completely, but you know, I will try my best to try to give the person what they're asking for, instead of trying to, you know, tell them what I want them to be. I just accept that they are what they are. If it's not for me, it's not for me. You know, that's what else you going to do? What else can you do with that? I mean, you know, I just feel like, I just really feel that a lot of these young girls are like super delusional. They're just super delusional. And they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. All right, so let's look at this one, because this one made me laugh. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at this. Let's see, where is it? Let me open this up again. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, right here. Come on, man. Okay, here it is. Nope, that's not it either. Damn, where is it? Hold on. That's not it. Y'all bear with me. I'm getting better at this. Okay, here it is. All right, now I can share my screen. Okay. Okay, hold on. All right. Sometimes it works good and other times it doesn't work the way I think it's going to work. This had me dying. I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, Kevin Samuels to me is a double-edged sword sometimes, because I think that he's literally right like all the time. It's just the way that he, you know, he could be rather cruel. And let's just take a watch of this.
Wait.
Okay, dress size, it's still in the same correlation.
No, it's not. It is absolutely not. You can wear dress size 6 or dress size 4 and have a different body composition because muscle weighs more than fat. See, I've accounted for that.
So you do know that.
Well, look here, smart ass. I'm the fucking image consultant, and I'm about to make a real bad day for you if you don't check that smart ass mouth talking to a grown damn man. This is the last warning, young lady, and it's going to get real bad from here.
I feel like he could be very cruel, but at the same time, I did watch this in its entirety, and I will put all of these videos in the description so y'all can watch them at your leisure, because some of them are pretty funny and some of them are pretty eye-opening, and just like, you can really see how crazy some of these women are and stuff like that. But like, I do agree that women, and I'm guilty too, but like women sometimes push a man's buttons and they don't listen. And like, again, like I keep saying, we're thinking like a woman and we're not thinking like a man. And you just have to accept what he's saying. You don't have to agree with it, but you just have to accept what he's saying and just let it go for that. Because he's telling you, and most men think like what he's saying, like, excuse me, like he said, he's an image consultant. He works with these men and they tell him what they want, and he's just relaying back to the women what it is, but they just don't want to accept it.
How's he gonna get that?
How about that? How about that? See? How's it gonna get bad? And you wonder why you end up getting talked to crazy. Because that is what goes on. I'm a push. And you wonder why so many women end up getting.
But you can look at her face. She has like a whole lot of attitude and stuff like that. So I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get it. And he's right all the time, but he's really going to let her have it. And does she deserve it? I don't know. But like, she was irritating to me a little bit.
Abused and hand upside. That's what they got to deal with. That's it. So let's have fun, shall we?
Let's move a little forward on this one, because they go on and on, going back and forth, and she's making smart ass comments and debating him and stuff like that, and not listening and whatever, you know.
See, here's the thing.
What is wrong with being a feminist?
Nothing if you don't mind living by yourself with a bunch of cats.
Excuse me?
There's no excuse for you, ma'am. I've tried my best to make one. Now, if you want to play these games with me,
see, he could be off the hook though, but it is true. You know, I feel like feminism made women in such a quest to want to be equal with men. I feel like they've given away all the things that make you feminine. Like, if you're such a feminist, then why aren't you feminine? You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't even really look that feminine to me, even what she's wearing and her whole attitude.
I will take the glove completely off and go there. Do you really want to go there?
I just want to understand how you think, because the way you're thinking.
The way I think about no. You don't have to understand. I explain. And another thing, at 22 years old, why do you think you have the keys to life and you know everything?
I do not have the keys to life, but there's just some
exactly
stuff I just don't agree with. Like,
good. Don't agree with it. Don't agree with it. Don't agree with it. Don't agree with it. Don't agree. That doesn't matter whether you agree or don't.
Like, she's trying to like convince him that he's wrong, but you're not going to convince him. You know, a man told me one time, and this was so shocking to me, but I just accepted it. He said, if you know I'm wrong, then I know I'm wrong. Why do I have to say it? And it's the truth. It's like, you know, it's like, as women sometimes, like, we really pressure a man to, like, you know, be on our frequency or think in the way we think, and they just don't think that way. We don't think that way. He in more words than one, he's saying, I did what I did, I know what I did, and it's like, you don't have to keep telling me I know already. You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to just keep badgering me to get me to say what you want me to say? And I got it, and I stopped doing that. You know what I mean? Like he said, you don't have to understand, just accept what he said.
Don't disagree. The point is, the men get to pick what they want from a woman. What is your father and mother married?
My father's deceased.
Sorry to hear that. But lady, if you walk around with this disagreeable attitude, you'll be good to have relations with. But as far as trying to build a family and make something with a woman,
I definitely agree, because if my son brought a girl like that, I would definitely think that she was irritating, and I wouldn't really want to deal with her, you know, for a lifetime if he had kids with her and stuff like that, because she already seems like it's going to be a problem, and she's going to always be combative and argumentative, and, you know, just not on a frequency. That's my point. Like, she's not on a frequency with somebody like that. You understand? She's just not on a frequency with somebody like that. And, you know, I feel like Kevin Samuels exploits these women because he knows they're not on a frequency with him like that. You know what I mean? And then they're much younger than him and stuff like that. And he's trying to convince us that an older man like that is on the same frequency with a young woman like that. It may be sometimes, but I feel like they can more groom a younger woman that is not as rebellious as this girl.
When it needs to be cooperative, good luck.
I can be cooperative. It's just
Of course you can. But tell me a country where womanist policies have led it into a first world country and a first world situation and sustained it.
Now that I can agree with. There really is nowhere in history like that. And if you really look at the world, like men built the skyscrapers, the trains, the bridges, the this and that. I ain't trying to do that. And ain't no women trying to do that. If all the men left today, we would have a big problem. If all the men just died off the face of the earth, we would have a huge problem. I don't think that women could ever get to the magnitude of men because we're not men. As much as you want to try to be a man, you're not a man. I don't want to be a man. I want to be a woman. I like being a woman. There's people out there that want to be a man, but most women don't want to be a man. That's why they're sitting here mad because they fell for the okie doke of the feminism. And, they lost everything feminine. Now they're like men. They do all the stuff that men do. I don't want to do manly stuff. I want to do women's stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with saying that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, have the weight of the world on my shoulder. That's a man's job. A man's job is a protector. I ain't getting out there and fighting. You know what I'm saying? For a man's honor, a man's supposed to fight for the woman's honor. It's just certain things that are just conditioned in that way. If you look at animals in the wild, they're like the same way. It's like, I don't know why humans feel like they always got to go against the grain. I don't get it.
Listen, this is not about.
You answered the question. Don't tell me listen shit.
He's getting so irritated with her, but it progressed.
To understand something. This woman right here is the poster child for what's wrong with the Black community. That woman right there, clip it, put it on World Star. She really thinks she's doing something. And I didn't say anything about looks.
All right, let's move a little bit more forward, and then I'm gonna come off this one. But this was a little bit of a kiki though, because she kind of brought it on herself.
Want something. And notice for everybody else, she had no problem saying, "Who wants an average man?" When she looked,
she did say that earlier on. She said he asked her something about, would she have an average man? She said, "Who wants an average man?" So women don't want an average man. They don't. They want a man, this high value man, but they are themselves average, and I feel like that is not fair. You know what I'm saying? They a lot of these shows now, and he even does it, rating women or whatever. Like, I don't think I'm a 10. I know I ain't no 10. Even when I was younger, I wouldn't say I was a 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go to the gym. I don't really want to work out like I should. I mean, I do work out and I ride my bike and, I go to the gym and stuff like that. But I'm not as fit as I know I need to be. I don't think that many people are a 10. And then again, it's kind of relative as to what a person's personal preferences are and stuff like that, where he's just trying to make like a standard, for women. And, maybe men like that, like he's saying, maybe men at that level really do, want that persona or whatever. I don't know.
An average looking woman. Oh yeah, you average as hell. Oh yeah, you average as hell. Yeah, you average as hell.
Like he muted her.
Yeah, look at her. She triggered. Triggered. Average as French toast. Look at this. Average as with dripping in the gold. 1986 shit. Hey, look at my chains. Rakim and say people boom 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 boom. Yeah. Bad attitude. And they really think they're doing something. Really think they're doing something. Oh, she hey man, she gave a finger. Such a lady. She's such a lady. You idiot woman. Idiot woman.
Flash.
Hear my womanly roar.
Oh God. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, yo. This guy is off the hook. I can't anymore. Oh God. But like, you can see, what he's trying to say. Like, And I can definitely agree with this. What happened to my hair? I definitely can agree with this, that Black women can have a lot of attitude and stuff like that and be very masculine. But I feel like what gets lost in the discussion is how they get like that, because you have like men, like I said, that are not in their position as men, and they're very wimpy and they're very feminine and they don't really know how to be men. Maybe raised by their mothers or whatever, and they just didn't have the right male role models or whatever. And I feel like they are like being with a woman, in my opinion. And I just get very resentful of a man like that. Like, I would love a man to lead me and show me what I got to do, but not by somebody that doesn't know what the hell they doing. Why would I want to waste my time with somebody like that? I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense at all. So let me see. I'm going to present again. I'm almost done here. I just want to show you a couple more things. What was the other one? Let's see what else I got left here. This was interesting too. Look at this. Look at this. Because this was, it's like you can't win for losing.
Guy that is shorter than them, I do not. Just like most women don't want a guy that is shorter than them, I do not want a woman that weighs more than me. I don't need your soft, sweet, feminine ass being more heavy than me. What? That doesn't make sense to me. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna hate me for this particular video right here, but I don't care anymore, okay? I'm gonna say this, make my statement on it. I am surprised at the amount of chubby chasers that follow my platform, okay? Uploaded a video yesterday up on the Instagram and got...
Now, this is the messed up thing. I watched a lot of these videos, and a lot of guys feel like that. They don't like, you know, plus size women or women that are out of shape or bigger than them, because they feel that it's not feminine. That's their opinion, and that is what men say. We might not like it, but if they feel that way, they feel that way. We know that all men don't feel that way, but a lot of them do feel like that, especially guys that are celebrities and stuff like that.
A weird reaction from a lot of my followers. Now, listen, we can agree to disagree, but if you like heavyweight to clinically obese women and you prefer them, not that they're heavy set and still might have a cute face, but I mean, you prefer them, do understand that you are a low value man. That is not high value man behavior. So how am I coming up to this conclusion? Well, show me a man that is high value, that is married to, in a relationship, long-term committed relationship to a woman that weighs more than him. Take a look at the top supercars in the world. Can you fit Bake Shirley in them?
See,
I think
that's terrible. But I mean, that's his opinion. And a lot of guys feel like that. And if you look at most of the celebrities and all these basketball players y'all like and rappers y'all like, look at the women that they're with. But this guy had a very interesting perspective that was very rare out of all of the ones that I have seen. Let me pull this up because I really want to see what y'all think it is. Let me see. Where is he at? Where is he at? What was it called again? Oh, okay. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, let me see. Let's present my. This was very fascinating to me. This was a trip. This was a perspective that I have not really heard at all, but it makes so much sense. Check this out.
I am a stallion. I'm 5'10".
Dress size?
Huh?
Dress size?
I'm 14.
Okay.
You and all your little...
See how rude that is? Like, he is so rude to the women. And that's what I didn't like about him. Like, I felt like he said what he could say what he say, and like it could be received, but I feel like he made a living off of, you know, poking fun at Black women But then just listen to this.
You get the same thing everybody else gets. Okay, ma'am. So at 5'10", 5'10".
I think she's
hold on. 5'10".
Don't try me, Kevin.
Oh no, see, don't tell me what not to do. I've been nothing but hold on. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't tell me what not to do on my show. I've been
And she was being respectful. He insulted her straight off the bat.
Polite to you. But it's not my fault that you 5'10" and weigh more than a man at your height.
I mean, but as a 5 foot, I can see
5'10" and listen, ma'am, 5'10", and I don't care how you carry it or not. The higher up you go, the more you're not competing with that man. You're competing with the women that are around that man making $250,000 plus. He has options, and most men don't want.
He does have options, but how does he know that a man would not want a fuller figure woman like this? I think she's beautiful.
Women that weigh more than that.
What's going on, y'all?
Listen what he gonna say.
Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we already paid our respect to Kevin Samuels, so now we got to keep it real. Kevin Samuels lied to y'all. He lied to the American public, because what Kevin Samuels told y'all is that if a woman isn't a size 4 dress size, that she is not fit for a high value man. The high value men look past her, that she can't get one. She has to be a size 4. She's fat. She has to be a size 4. She's a big Shirley. But whole time he died with a woman built like this.
Okay, can we stop here, please? Because for as long as he'd been on, he always was talking about, you know, Black women are overweight, they're not fit. Now, I think she's beautiful. I think her body's beautiful. I was a full figure model. When I was a model, I was modeling in a size 10, 12. Now I'm about a 12, 14. So it's like, I totally embrace a full figure body. I don't even mind a fuller figure man. I just don't like a completely out of shape man. Now, I know men that are slim that are out of shape. I don't like that, whether you're thin or fat. I like somebody full of life, somebody that can go hiking and, you know, have fun, ride bikes and play and box, whatever, you know, whatever stuff I enjoy. As long as you can do that at whatever size you're at, we're fine. You know what I mean? I just like somebody that's, you know, in good health and full of life or whatever. But for all the talking that he was doing, this is the woman he had a heart attack on top of and died on. You know what I mean? So listen what this guy's going to say about it. What happened to my sound here? I don't know what happened.
Now, do I have a problem with that build? Absolutely not. She's actually built very similar to my ex, who was built like this.
So you can't tell me guys don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? But Kevin Samuels and a lot of the rich, you know, ballers and, you know, celebrities and stuff, they have these very slim, you know, fashion models, straight size women with them. But at the end of the day, like, I think these girls look beautiful. I wish I had ass like that.
But I made a video a long time ago where I told y'all, listen, dress size 4, I have nothing against skinny girls. I'll talk to skinny girls, but really, I'm probably pushing more towards the 14. As long as you're not ultra fat, as long as you're not a hippo, that 14 is the...
Agree. And I feel like him, as far as men go, as long as you're not a hippo and as long as you can, you know, have a certain level of fitness, you know what I'm saying? You can run and walk and, you know, hike and do those things. We're good. You know, nobody's expecting perfection, you know.
The best size because you got cushion for the pusher. I like my girls thick. I like my girl to have some ass in the back. I like to hit that when I'm hitting it. But see, the thing is, high value men are scared to be themselves. So if that's what they like, they won't pick that woman. See, I wasn't worried about it. I picked the woman that I liked. I brought her ass right to Met Galas with me. I brought her ass right to work functions with me. And we
see, that's the messed up thing, is that for whatever reason, society says that this thin, you know, straight sized woman is what is acceptable. But listen what he's going to say.
It down. Every time I brought her around, she was a showstopper. Everybody was looking. All white dudes dapping me up. All the Indian dudes dapping me up. All the Asian dudes dapping me up because they don't even have the balls. You know what I'm saying? One time there was an after function at one of the work functions where we was at the club or the bar. We brought the club or the bar out, whatever the case may be, and we was out there freak dancing. Let me tell you something. Not only did our freak dancing make like 6 other couples start freak dancing, but all 6 of us, all 6 couples that was freak dancing left, went back to the hotel where the relationships and the wives were at, and we were the only ones on that whole suite making it. Now, what another lie that Kevin Samuels and a lot of them would tell y'all is, oh, well, you get married, your woman is no longer attractive to you. She starts wanting to have
now
sex
he breaks
with you.
this down.
Let
I
me
love
tell you
this.
guys a big secret. The reason high value men get divorce raped all the time is because a lot of them aren't really attracted to their wives. Let that breathe. A lot of them aren't really attracted to their wives. See, what they do is they go out and pick the wife who fits the criteria of what they're supposed to have because.
And I kind of feel like that. And when he said this, the only thing that came to mind was Diddy. He always would have these beautiful women with him, but then we hearing stories that allegedly that, you know, he may not even like women, or he'd be very abusive to the women, allegedly, or whatever. And I feel like a lot of celebrities are like that. Like they just want like a trophy wife or arm candy or whatever. And meanwhile, they cheating out here with strippers and all kinds of stuff.
They're afraid of being themselves and they're more concerned with their image, okay? Just like Kevin Samuels, for example. He telling y'all all about the type of woman that high-value man should want, but at the end of the day, he's bringing Brittany Renner around. He's passing away with a woman built completely different than the woman that he's telling you guys to get. Why?
I do think that was like the irony of his life. Like, you know, for all of the cheap shots he took on black women, that he died on top of a plus-size woman. Like, it can't get no better than that for me.
Is that because that's what he really wants, but he's worried that it will mess up his image if he came around like that. He didn't have the self-esteem to just like what he liked and just pop out on his like I popped out on mine. He didn't have the self-esteem to do that. So what he ends up doing, which is what a lot of other high-value men are doing, and this is where the video gets good, is they pay these women behind closed doors. They get them as escorts. They get them as IG models. They get them as OnlyFans models, and they slide them thousands of dollars so that they can have that experience that they really want. Now, this ruins their home life because at home, they got the boring ass, skinny ass housewife who fits their model image of what they want, but they really getting buck wild and they really giving all their energy, all their sexual energy to the escorts, the IG models, the OnlyFans, and the thoughts that they really want behind closed doors. So what happens? We always talk about marriage statistics, right? 80% of women file for divorce or 50% of women file for divorce, but we never talk about why. The number 1 and 2 reason women file for divorce is money and cheating. Depending on which list you look, they interchange, but there's always the 1 and 2 reasons. And let me tell you why I know for a fact that dudes be out here cheating. Because like I just said to you, a lot of high-value men, they really want a thick chick. They really want a pause. They really want.
And how many of them get caught cheating
or whatever they gonna find, okay? And then behind
like
closed doors, they paying the escorts, they paying the IG models, they paying the OnlyFans models because that's what they really like. And then their wife catches them, and that's why their wife divorce rapes their ass. That's why they lose half their stuff. That's why they're divorced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go. And there you have it, folks. There you have it, folks. I think I can just leave it with that. Because I feel like he brought it all the way home with that one. You know what I mean? So the moral of the story is like, when men tell you what it is, believe them. You know what I'm saying? And like, whatever, I feel like every man is their opinion, what they like. And this, of all the videos I showed, I feel like it reflects that everybody has their own opinion of what they like and what they think. A lot of men do, you know, really want these, you know, these model looking girls. And then there's men like him that, you know, have the confidence to just like what he like and love the woman that he loves. And he doesn't really care what anybody thinks about the way she looks. But I know in entertainment, it really matters how people look. And, you know, and y'all do it all the time. A celebrity come out and their wife is overweight, they all attacking her. Or if a celebrity has a wife that's older or she doesn't look pretty or have this traditional beauty, y'all attacking her or whatever. So that's the reason why these men don't want to have women like that, because the fans in society attacks them. And, you know, then you have somebody like Kevin Samuels that's like a coach for these men, and they want what society tells them that they should have or whatever. Kevin Samuels is just really telling you what his clients be saying. You know what I mean? I guess, you know, I guess he felt different because he died on top of a full-figure girl, but, you know, but as far as his clients and what he said his clients be wanting, that's what they would want. And we all see it in the media that is facts. That is very true. So this to me was like this was just like very eye-opening as far as what men think about women and how feminism kind of destroyed. I feel like feminism destroyed families. If it destroyed yeah, women, we could have used the right to vote and all that stuff. That's wonderful. I really could care less about voting because I don't trust none of these damn politicians anyway. So, it is what it is. I'm glad I can vote, but like who cares really at the end of the day. But what I really want is to be in the right balance with my man. I don't want no girly ass man. You know what I mean? I do want a man that can protect and provide for me. That, as simple as that. You know what I mean? And providing, a lot of women think like, oh, providing is just money. No, providing is, the man's main purpose is to protect your soul, y'all dumbass bitches. I'm just letting you know that is the main purpose of him, is to protect your soul and guide you to heaven. That's what he's supposed to really be doing. And in the interim, he's supplying a place for you to live, and he's protecting you from outside things hurting you and stuff like that. But that's really the job God gave him, is to protect your soul and to protect you from, things that can harm your spirit. You know what I mean? And if you have a man that's harming your spirit, that's not the man for you. You understand? So we have to start thinking about that, because I feel like a lot of the time we choose the wrong man, and that's why we're so disgruntled and why we just want to do everything by ourselves, because you picked the wrong damn person. I know I picked the wrong damn people, and thinking that, they would change, or that, somehow, I could convince them to do the right thing, or, I could do something for them to make them do something different. If you're a loser, you're a loser. Like, move on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we waste, like these guys are saying, you waste your young years on these dudes that's not even worth your time. Like I did in my 20s. I wasted 8 years with somebody that really was a waste of my time. But I was young. I didn't really know better. And I thought that it would be more than what it was. But I invested 8 years into that. And, I just, I don't know. I don't know if I would have married in my 20s or whatever. I don't know if I would have maybe met somebody that treated me with the respect I felt I deserved and protected me and stuff like that. Maybe I would have. But I feel like, especially with Black women, there's lots of trauma there, lots of issues with family and fathers and mothers and all kind of stuff to unpack. That's, probably a whole entire video for another day. But at the end of the day, I feel like a man is there to protect your soul, protect you and provide for you and stuff like that, and make sure that you and your kids are okay. And your job is to stay there and be a comfort for him. And, the world is hard for a man. And I feel like women are starting to realize that shit is fucked up and they don't want to do it. And you shouldn't want to do it, because it's not really your position to do that. It's your man's position. But I feel like everything is off balance, because a woman's not in her proper place and a man's not in his proper place. And I feel like women are so they say it's feminist, but I feel like they're so not feminine, and the men are more feminine today. It's just a strange flip of how society is today. And I personally want to be in my woman's place, and I'm going to stay in my woman's place. I don't want to be a man. I'm not trying to do man shit. I'm a woman, and I, hear me roar or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm not trying to be a man. I'm a woman. You know what I mean? And I just wish that everybody could just get in a proper place, because the whole world is off balance because it is. The whole entire world is off balance because it is. And it's like people just don't want to be in their rightful place. And I don't know what that is and why that's a problem. But it's a problem. It's a problem. And I feel like, it's less and less families, less and less women have children. And then when they get late in life, like he said, you're freezing your eggs and doing all of that, like even like me, I got pregnant at 40 years old. I never thought that I would have kids, but it was just God's will for me. And it's the best thing that I ever did, is be a mother. It's unfortunate that me and my child's father were never on the same frequency. We just were never on the same frequency, because I never really thought that I never really consider him as somebody that I would marry or anything like that. And, you know, then I end up getting pregnant. So it goes back to, again, to making choices that may or may not be correct for you. But at the end of the day, I am happy with the choice because I have the son that I have, and I wouldn't want a different son, you know, but I would have really preferred to be in a relationship where it's a mother, father, and children, and a home and all that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, your destiny is your destiny, you know. But you know, it's just a lot to think about. I'm gonna put these videos in the I'm tired, in the bio, in the description. YouTube is description. I'll put the videos in the description so you can watch them for yourself. I mean, it's a lot of crazy women on there, and I don't know what's wrong with these women. You know what I mean? I look at them and would never want my son to bring home a woman like that, or a woman that looked like that. A lot of these women are so masculine and they act like men. It's like they want to be men, and like women, you know, are tired. Let me see this last one. Let me see if this is, let me see. Yeah, let's just watch this one real quick, because this was kind of eye-opening a little bit. Not really eye-opening, but it just gives you a little perspective of like, you know, what women, you know, how they're feeling. But they did it to their damn self.
Side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
To all these strong, independent women out here, you had a choice of marriage and etc. But a lot of these women chose to go down the independent road.
So like she have to buy her own flowers because there's not a man to buy her flowers, you know? Who wants to live like that? What real woman wants to be like that? I'm sorry, that's just off balance.
And unfortunately, it's too late for a lot of them. No man is gonna swoop in and save them.
Independent women, stop it. Y'all making it hard for me. I don't want to be
Thank you.
independent.
What does independent woman mean to you?
I got it. I can do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I got my own money, my own car, my own house, my own. Shut up. You ain't supposed to do it by yourself. You're supposed to have a partner. You ain't supposed to be in this world alone.
I mean, I agree. You're supposed to have a partner. You're not supposed to be in a world alone. The Creator gave us a partner. You know what I'm saying? To be with us, to protect us, and to provide for us and stuff like that. And we're supposed to comfort him and love him and be there for him and take care of the kids. And, you know, like I said, it's hard out here for men. And I feel like women now, they realizing it and they don't want to do it. Now the men don't want to do it. Now the polarities change. That's why I said everybody's not in their right position anymore.
You know how hard it is carrying all the groceries in by yourself? That is stressful. You need a man for that, okay?
Yeah, what about the pushback though from the women that are saying, well, I tried that and there's no quality men that's stepping up to the plate? What about those women?
That is an issue, and I don't care what nobody say. These men are saying whatever they're saying, but I'm going to say a lot of these men are not in their position as men. They are girly men. They don't know how to earn a living. They don't want to work hard, or they don't know what to do. And then, like, you know, you might try to suggest to them to start a business or whatever. They don't follow through and stuff like that. That, you know, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's just everybody is not in a right place.
I've gone through that experience and say, you know what, man, I'm just going to try to do it myself just because I haven't been successful.
I say treat it like you do a job. When you have a job that don't work out, you don't be like, well, I'm done. I ain't going to never work again. You're going to keep pushing. You're going to keep trying. You're going to keep making it work. You got to keep going.
Also, a job is a livelihood, though. A man may not be a livelihood for a lot of women.
Look, see, that's the next thing. And he's right. A women think that a man is their livelihood, and it's not like that. That's the reason why it doesn't work, because you think that the man is there just to, you know, pay for you and take care of you and make your life easier. But it's not that. It's you both have a job to do for each other. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's the man's job to protect your soul. That's his main job first, to protect you from harm and to provide for you and your children and stuff like that. Not you and somebody else's children, you and his children.
Look, I was one of those women like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just do my own thing and, you know, do it by myself. But deep down, I was like, I don't want to do this.
I feel like this lady. Look at this mess here. Look at all these men. And this lady's trying to get on the train. When I was pregnant, I used to be like, can I sit down? Because you have to ask a dude to sit down because they don't even want to give you a seat. They have no respect for women. And this is what feminism did for us women. Gone are the days of chivalry. This is insane. Thank the feminist kids.
Black women in particular need to lay off of that strong thing. You know, that's a trap, because when you say words like strong Black woman, it makes us superhuman, and it makes people think, oh, we can conquer anything, and it's almost like superhuman.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful with that strong. You want to be strong, but that can't be your label, because that in and of itself will scare a man.
And let me tell you, if they think you're a strong Black woman, this is what I found. If you think they think you're a strong Black woman, here they come, because now they want your money. They think you're going to buy things for them. They think you're going to support all their dumb business ventures and stuff like that. You know, they see you got something, then they, they trying to sit on you. Hold on, let me turn this off. They want to try to, ride your coat strange. I had a guy that tried to squat on me, would not leave my house. So I ended up moving. I left, and I had to get him out of there. It was crazy. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword. That's why I said a lot of these guys out here, the reason why women are so defensive and so resistant to trust them and let them, and they don't really want them to lead them, because a lot of these guys are a mess, and they're to me, I don't know what other word to say, but they're girly men, and they don't really have leadership qualities. And like, I'm not following behind somebody that is not a true leader, you know what I mean? And then they get mad at you. Like, there was one on here. Damn, I wish I could find it, because this guy, he was a wealthy guy, and he was trying to tell this broke guy that, the broke guy was saying, damn, where is that? Where is that? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if this is it. Let me see if this is it. I really wanted to show you this, because the guy was telling this dude that the guy was like, well, I only make $14 an hour, and we share everything in half and stuff. And the guy, the rich guy, the guy with the money was saying, listen, like, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to be the provider. Like, and if you're not providing for her, you need to do more. Like, you need to try to figure out how you can do it. And if you have a woman that's willing to work with you right now, then you really need to try to come up on your game and, try to bring yourself up to where you can do it or whatever. And he just was stuck on not doing it. Like, oh no, everything is fine. She cooked for me. She do everything for me. Like, so this is why I say it's a double-edged sword, and women have their complaints too, because even though you have a supportive woman with you and your ass is broke, you're not trying to pull yourself up or do anything. So it's just a big problem. And to me, it just goes in circle after circle after circle, and it never goes anywhere, because, I can see why some women don't really want the average man, because some of these average guys are going to bring your frequency down. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you fix this problem. I really don't know, but all I know is I just try to keep my frequency high. And I do feel like I have, great people in my circle and stuff like that. Have I met a person that I would marry? No, not yet. Am I optimistic? Yes, I always will be. And I still would marry, but I'm just not, I'd rather be by myself than be with somebody that's going to bring my frequency down and have me in a lower level of consciousness to be with them. You know what I mean? Because if somebody's not meeting your frequency, then you're lowering your frequency to be with them. I just can't do that. I can't do that. So I can understand where these women are coming from, and they're very bitter about it. I'm not really bitter about it, because like, I'm a person that feels like if I don't have that, then it's something else the creator wants me to do. And I just do that. Like, I don't really long for it, and I don't feel like mad about it or sad about it. I just keep doing what I'm supposed to do. And I still have I feel like my life is still fulfilled. You know what I mean? But like a lot of women, they don't, especially the younger ones. So I don't know. This is just something that I don't know how this is going to work itself out. But it's a big problem. And you know, I don't see us going to get better unless, you know, we have these discussions and, you know, people will be realistic with themselves. So I don't know. But this was you know, eye-opening, and you know, like I said, it was a lot to unpack, and I still don't feel it be unpacked at all. Like each little portion of it could be a whole 10 lives. But, you know, again, you know, it's something to think about. You know, how can we get in a proper balance as men and women, especially in the Black community, because it's just a really big problem of, like, you know, broken families and stuff like that. And there's a lot of girls out there that have, you know, a lot of children, a lot of single mothers and stuff like that. And the guys don't want them, you know, and it's a problem. And then all these kids are being raised up by these mothers that's just struggling and never getting ahead. And it's just a vicious cycle that keeps continuing, you know. I hope to break that cycle for my son, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I teach my son from a young age, you know, choose somebody that's going to love and respect you, you know, for you, and treat you with kindness and love. You know what I mean? Don't take a girl, you know, that's expecting you to give her the world without giving you the world too. You know, it's whoever you choose, just make sure it's balanced. Me, I'm a person of balance in life. Just give me balance. Get on my frequency with me or get the fuck out. That's how I feel. You know, if your frequency is above mine, I would love that, because I just want to elevate. You know, if your frequency is even higher and more magnificent than mine, that give me something to aspire to. But I definitely ain't going down. I'm the GOAT. I'm a Capricorn. I'm the GOAT. I'm steady climbing. I don't look down and I don't look back. So, you know, sorry fellas, you know, any guys any X-Men or whatever, I just don't look back. You know what I mean? I just don't. You know, I try to keep, you know, friendly ties. I don't like anybody to be, you know, a hater on me and be mad at me and have negativity in the frequency for me, but I move forward. That's it. I move forward. So everybody just stay balanced and keep climbing and just stay positive, and just, you know, by elevating your frequency. You know, I'm not like Kevin Samuels, you know, I don't really agree with him. By elevating your frequency, the universe is going to give you what you deserve, you know, and just keep working on yourself. You know, I find that a lot of the problem that girls have, that they don't want to do the work with themselves, and they're not honest with themselves of, you know, how they can better themselves. Like for me, I would love to be more fit. I feel like that's the last step, you know. I did stop doing stuff like smoking weed and drinking and stuff like that, eating a lot better, going to the gym, riding my bike. It's coming along, a work in progress, you know, but you know, you have to be realistic with yourself. So start there. All right, so I'm going to get off of here. I went on for longer than I should have about this. So you guys, you have a wonderful evening. If you like this, you know, like, share, subscribe, all of those things. And just I don't know what else to say. I'm so tired, y'all. I'm very tired. All right, you guys. Enjoy the rest of what's left of your weekend and have a lovely week. And I'll see you sometime this week. All right. Bye-bye, y'all. Love.